Assalamualaikum, my name is Muhammad Shazwan and today I will be talking about the ISO, International Standard Organization. ISO 27001 is an internationally recognized standard for quality management system QMS. It is used as a criteria for establishing, implementing, maintaining, and continuously improving an effective QMS within an organization. The standard focuses on ensuring consistent delivery of products and services that meet customers' requirements and comply with applicable regulation. Next is ISO 40001. ISO 40001 is a globally recognized standard for environmental management system (EMS). It provides a framework for organizations to establish and implement an effective QMS addressing environmental responsibility, impact, performance. ISO 40001 also help organizations manage their environmental aspect, reduce their environmental footprint, and comply with environmental regulation and demonstrate a commitment to sustainability. Next, ISO 45001. ISO 45001 is an international standard for occupational health and safety management system (OHSMS). It provides a framework for organizations to manage occupational health and safety risks and also to improve employee safety, health, and well-being at the workplace. ISO 45001 focuses on identifying hazards, assessing risks, implementing preventive measures, and also for establishing a culture of continuous improvement in occupational health and safety regulation.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Nufatiha and I would like to explain to you the similarities between the three ISO. There are 6 similarities in total, but I would like to explain to you 3 of it. First one is a process approach. In this 3 standard, they will follow a process-based approach that will focusing on the identifying and managing the key process within the organization. The second one is the context of organization. In these similarities, all of these standards will be required to understanding the organization context, including their internal and external factor and also needs from their interested parties. The third one is continual improvement. Each of these 3 standards, they emphasize the concept of continual improvement through monitoring, analyzing, and taking action in order to enhance their performance. The rest of 3 will be continued to Ain.
Hi, I'm Siti Nur Ain. Okay, to the next similarity is compliance. For the compliance, organization must comply with applicable legal and other requirements related to the specific areas such as environment, health and safety, and also quality. Okay, for the 5th is documented information. For this, maintaining documented information is important across all 3 standards. Okay, for the lastly is management review. They all require a management review process where top management assess performance and make decisions for improvement.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Nufatiha and I would like to present about my part in this slide that will cover about class 4. Before I proceed, I would like to remind all of you that I will state the differences between 3 ISO, started with ISO 40001, continue with ISO 45001, and the last one is ISO 9001. So let's proceed with the first subclass in the class 4, which is the organization. First one, ISO 40001, it will focus on the organization within the environmental management system only. As for the 45001, it will focus on the organization in relation to occupational health, safety, and management system. And for 9001, it will focus on the organization within the quality management system. Let's moving on with the second subclass, which is contact. In this subclass, these 3 ISO will be determine their internal and also external factor that will affect their standard. First one, ISO 40001 will be focused on the environmental factor that will affect their environmental objective. As for the 45001, it will focus on the issues that related of occupational health, safety and management system that will affect their its intended outcome. Same goes to 9001, but here focus on the quality management system that will affect their ability to achieve their desired outcome. Third one is interested parties. In this subclause, every organization will be determined or find their interested party and their relevant following to the standard requirement. As for example, ISO 40001, the interested parties that can be such as regulatory authority, customer, and also supplier. As for the 45001, it can be such as employee, contractor, and also management. As for 9001, it can be such as shareholder, competitors, and also certification bodies. Let's proceed with the 4.3 scope. In this subclause, every standard will be emphasized the understanding context for effective like ISO 40001 environmental management system. 45001 is an occupational health safety and management system, and the third one is a quality management system in terms of implementation and also improvement. And the last one is 4.4. In this subclause, every standard will be established, implement, maintain, and improve their standard process. For ISO 40001, it will maintain, establish, implement, and improve their environmental management system process. As for the 45001, is the occupational health safety management system process. And the last one is about quality management system process. So I think that's all from me. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Fatinur Amira binti Ahmad Tarmizi, and I will explain about three differences between ISO standard for class 5 and class 6. Firstly, for ISO 90001, is that leadership focus on role of top management in maintaining the quality of management system. Next, for ISO 40001, it consists leadership and commitment that focus on the role of top management in maintaining the environmental management system. In ISO 45001, leadership and worker participation focus on top management in maintaining the occupational health and safety. Next is subclause 2. In ISO 90001, is the process include the establishment of quality policy to ensure the quality objective align with the organization's strategic directions. Furthermore, ISO 14001 is creating an environmental policy which align the environmental objective with the organization's strategic direction. Besides this, in ISO 45001 include establishment of occupational health and safety policy. This ISO to ensure that the objective align with the organization's strategic directions. Lastly, I will talking about the policy. The policy for ISO 90001 should be communicated, understood, and implemented with the organization. While for ISO 40001 and ISO 45001 having the same policy, which is it should be communicated, understood, and available to stakeholder. In clause 6, also have three difference of ISO standard. Action to address risk and opportunities is the first subclause in clause 6. ISO 90001 require organization to identify, assess the risk and opportunities relevant to their quality management system. For ISO 40001 and ISO 45001 having a similar action to address risk as ISO 90001, which is require organization to identify, assess risk and opportunities relevant their function. Last subclass for clause 6 is planning of changes. All of the three ISO standards have the same planning, which is focused on managing changes, but the difference is on their impact. The impact on quality management system is for ISO 90001. Impact on environmental management system is for ISO 40001, and the last one is impact on occupational health and safety for ISO 45001. Next is about objective and planning to achieve them. For ISO 20001, they require organization to establish quality objective of relevant function and level to ensure they are measurable and compatible with strategic goal. Next, ISO 40001 require organization to establish environment objective and their target. Lastly, ISO 40001 require organization to focus on measurable of occupational health and safety objective.
Hi, I'm Siti Norain. I will explain to you about different 3 ISO standard. Okay, first, ISO 14001. ISO 14001 focus on environmental management. In Clause 7, ISO 14001 is known as focus and includes requirements related to resources, competence, awareness, communication, and document information. It emphasizes the need to establish and maintain a system that supports effective environmental management. For the second is ISO 45001. It deals with occupational health and safety management. Clause 7 in ISO 45001 is called support and it addresses similar aspects as ISO 14001. However, its content is focused.
Next, for the Clause 8, which is the operational, in the ISO 20001-2015, in operational planning and control, the standard is used to establish the process for the effective execution of product services realization, including determining quality objective, product requirement, process control, and resource allocation. This ensuring the customer requirements are determined, understood, and mapped throughout the product and service life cycle. This involves areas such as product and service design, order handling, and post-delivery support. In design and development, if applicable to the organization product or services, this section addresses the design and development planning, verification, validation, and control process. Control of externally provided process, product, and services. Establishing criteria for the selection, evaluation, and monitoring of external suppliers, contractor, and outsource of processes. While for the ISO 40001-2015, operational planning and control is for establishing process for identifying hazard, assessing risk, and implementing control to eliminate or minimize occupational health and safety risks. Hazard identification, assessment, and control is used to identify the workplace hazard, assessing risk, implementing appropriate control, and ensuring effectiveness of this control. Management of change required to assessing and managing the potential impact of change in the organization, operation, process, or activity on the occupational health and safety. Emergency preparedness and response need to plan and implement the measure to prevent and respond to emergency that could impact the health and safety of workers. While for the ISO 45001, in operational planning and control, the standard established the process for the effective execution of environmental management activities, including identifying and addressing environmental aspects, ensuring operational control, and ensuring compliance with legal and other requirements. Emergency preparedness and response are required to plan and implement measures to prevent and respond to emergencies that could cause environmental harm. Monitoring and measure required to establish procedures for monitoring and measuring environment performance, conducting inspection and audit, and evaluating compliance with applicable regulation and internal requirements. Non-conformity control and corrective action required to implementing the process to identify, address, and correct non-conformities related to environment, performance, and compliance.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Siti Maria binti Mazalan, and in this slide, I'll be presenting about Clause 9, which is performance evaluation, the difference between ISO 9001, ISO 14001, and ISO 45001. There are 3 subclauses, which is 9.1, monitoring, measuring, analysis, and evaluation, 9.2 internal audit, and 9.3 management review. For 9.1 in ISO 9001, organization needs to determine and apply suitable methods to monitor, measure, analyze, and evaluate their quality performance, customer satisfaction, and the performance of their QMS. While in ISO 40001 for 9.1, organizations need to establish and maintain procedures for monitoring and measuring their environmental performance, including the use of indicators as applicable to their environmental aspects and objectives. While ISO 45001 in 9.1, organizations must establish processes to monitor, measure, analyze, and evaluate their occupational health and safety performance and the effectiveness of their OH-SMS. In 9.2, which is internal audit, for ISO 9001, a systematic and documented internal audit program is necessary to determine whether the arrangement and requirement of ISO 9001 and if it is effectively implemented and maintained. While for ISO 40001 in 9.2, a systematic and documented internal audit program should be established to determine the effectiveness of the EMS. While ISO 45001 in 9.2, a systematic and documented internal audit program is required to assess the effectiveness of the OH-SMS. For 9.3, which is management review, in ISO 9001, top management must conduct periodic reviews of the QMS to ensure the continuing suitability, adequacy, and effectiveness. While for ISO 40001, in 9.3, top management needs to review the organization environmental management system at planned intervals to ensure the continuing suitability, adequacy, and effectiveness. While for ISO 45001, top management needs to conduct regular reviews to ensure the continuing suitability, adequacy, effectiveness of the OH-SMS. In summary, Class 9 in all three standards highlights the importance of monitoring, measurement, analysis, and evaluation. Each standard places emphasis of different aspects. For ISO 9001, focuses on quality performance, while ISO 40001 focuses on environmental performance, and ISO 45001 focuses on occupational health and safety performance. In this slide, I'll be presenting about Clause 10, which is improvement, the difference between ISO 9001, ISO 40001, and ISO 45001. So there are three subclauses, which is 10.1 general, 10.2 non-conformity and corrective action, and 10.3, which is continual improvement. In ISO 90001 for 10.2, organization must establish procedures to identify, correct, and prevent non-conformities related to their quality management system. While for ISO 40001 in 10.2, it's to their environmental management system, and for ISO 45001 is related to their occupational health and safety management system. For 10.3, which is continual improvement, in ISO 9001, organization needs to continually improve their QMS to enhance its effectiveness and achieve quality objective. While for ISO 40001, it's to enhance its overall effectiveness and achieve their environmental objectives. And for ISO 45001, it's to enhance its overall and effectiveness of their occupational safety and health management objective. In summary, Clause 10 in all three standards emphasize the importance of improvement. In ISO 9001, focuses on quality management. In ISO 40001, focuses on environmental performance, while in ISO 45001, focuses on occupational health and safety management. That's all from me. Thank you.